so last week, remember, we talked about one-step literal equations to where we just add, subtracted, multiply, divide to get one thing to the other side of the equation when you're solving for a specific variable. Today, we're going to have at least 2 steps, if not more, okay, of solving for a specific variable. So for our first problem, we've got 3x plus 4y equals 7. Well, if I want to get y by itself, I want to get this y by itself, the first thing I want to do is move this x to the other side of my equation. So how do I do that? I subtract 3x from both sides. So I get 4y equals negative 3x plus 7. Now, if you notice, I put my 3x before I put my 7. Okay? The reason for this is because when we get in even just a couple of weeks, our slope-intercept formula is y equals mx plus b. So this is slope-intercept formula. We'll probably talked about it in previous grades, but just a reminder, this is what it is. Well, that's what I'm trying to get this to look like, because usually that's why we're going to be solving for y for things like this. Okay, so what would I do now to get rid of the y by itself is I'm going to divide by 4. Now, there are 2 different ways you can write this. You can keep it as a big fraction. So have it simply y equals negative 3x plus 7 divided by 4. There's one way. Or you can break it up into little fractions to where you've got y equals, and this 4 is really being divided by this negative 3x and this 7. So I could break it up and have negative 3x over 4 plus 7 over 4. Now, the splitting up part, this one over here, works really well when you have a denominator that is divisible into your to one of your numbers up here. Okay. Are there any questions? No. Okay. Did you have a question there? No. No? Okay. Let's look at another one. So if I had 5y plus 10 equals x, solve for y. I want to get y by itself. So what should I do first? Oh, sorry.
Subtract 10.
Subtract 10. Are x and 10 like terms?
No.
No. So I get 5y equals x minus 10. I still would like to get y by itself, so what do I do now?
Divide by 5.
Divide by 5. Now, remember, 2 ways I can do this. I can have my big fraction, y equals x minus 10 over 5. But for something like this, because 5 and 10, they can divide and go into each other, okay? What will normally happen is we'll have y equals, because this is like 1x, they'll do 1/5 x minus 2, and that's usually what your answer will turn out to be, the second one over here. Are there any questions? Okay, let's do one more just as a reminder. Let's do, if I have t equals RHD divided by 2, and we want to solve for D.
We multiply 19 on both sides.
Okay, I want to get D by itself, so I'm going to multiply by D.
H. I don't know, 2.
So I first want to get rid of my denominator. So we would multiply by that 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. So I get 2t is equal to, well, when we multiply by 2, this is going to cancel out. And so I'm just going to be left with RHD. And I still want to solve for D, so do you remember what we need to do now?
Divide by RH.
Divide by RH. Because what's happening is these are all being multiplied together. We want to do the opposite. So we divide by RH. So D is equal to 2t over RH. And this one can't be split up because there is not an addition or subtraction sign, so that would just be our answer. Are there any questions? Comments, concerns?